guys, it's Muddy and you're welcome to Muddy Speaks. The fact is that our climate is always changing and it has been established that change is constant. But the question is climate change as bad and as disastrous as the media paints it? No. Are we going to be destroyed by acid rain in the next 10 years? Hell no. Is the world going to be destroyed by the climate in the next few years? Never. Growing up, I was bombarded with gruesome news of greenhouse effect and depletion of ozone layer by my teachers. I was living in constant fear that one day I might wake up and discover that our house has been covered in molten lava. Sometimes when it rains, I get a nervous breakdown because you never know which rain will send down the acid rains, which would completely melt away my skin. It was an excruciating ordeal. At a point, I started wishing that the world would just come to an end so that I could die once and for all. I lived in constant fear. All this ideology was drilled into me in school by my science teachers, and I was just a kid. My parents, on the other hand, didn't have to carry this burden because they were completely oblivious to this whole climate change saga. And even if they were aware of it, they were totally unbothered, either because they were mature enough to handle the news or because they truly understand that it was majorly a lie and the whole issue was very much overhyped and extremely exaggerated. Fast forward to today, I know better. But one thing I'm having a hard time understanding is the strategies or the lack thereof that these so-called climate activists are adopting today. It truly baffles me. Just take a look. Somebody please explain to me how this is going to benefit the climate. Deliberately killing yourself is your brilliant idea of activism. The funniest part of it all is that the real pioneers and beneficiaries of this climate movement will never throw these meaningless stunts. It is always those at the bottom of the spectrum. The real climate change activists are busy riding on their private jets to attend climate change summits in Dubai. And we all know how much carbon these jets release to the environment, but let's not even go there yet. Take a look at some of the crazy stunts climate change activists have pulled.
Women do not get the vote by voting. It is time for deeds and not words. It is time to just stop oil.
Someone needs to tell me the logic behind this desecration of painters. What am I missing? Because I can't find the correlation between painting and climate change. Most of the artists who made these paintings are long dead. How have they earned the wrath of the climate activists? Or do they have a personal issue with the Mona Lisa? I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Climate change activists called the last generation has gone to the extreme. They're called the last generation. That's what they call themselves. And apparently they will be a generation that people remember as the people who got their hands cut off. Because once you've added this mixture of concrete and epoxy, and they glued their hands down in the taxiways of Dusseldorf and also on the runway in Hamburg to keep the airplanes from coming in and out. Bro, once you do that, your hand's going to be gone, or you're going to be walking around with a concrete block on your hand for the rest of your life. So they call themselves the last generation, and their protest is to just stop the oil. And what a heck of a way to be remembered for the rest of your life. Oh, yeah. I remember them. They were the ones that had their hands amputated because they were climate change activists. But this is going on in Germany. Here the people are cheering as they're arrested. This is insane, but this is what's going on in Germany. Crazy, man, crazy. That's insane. Look, the handprints to remember.
What in the world is going on here? How can people be this stupid? Gluing your hands to airplane runway because you want to save the planet. Now, congratulations. You played yourself. You might have to walk around with a concrete hands for the rest of your life. But wait a minute. Are you saying that you'd rather go back to the Stone Age than have the good things of life? What good is climate if one can't comfortably fly from Africa to Europe? Are we supposed to walk from London to New York? Do these guys even understand what they are proposing? What they don't seem to understand is that saying no to airplanes also means no to the colors they love wearing on their hair, no to the clothing that are covering their body, no to the cell phones which they are filming with, no to the paints they use in defacing these paintings, no to TV, no to boats, no to ships, no to traveling by seas. It means saying no to almost everything you call life today.
No, non lo picchiare, dai. Non lo picchiare.
Fatelo passare, Jordi, fallo passare, dai.
Oh!
Me lo ammazzi!
Honestly, this needs to stop. I don't care what you do to yourself. You can drink oil, douse yourself in paint, go naked, walk from Canada to China. Just go for it. But one thing that should never be condoned is obstructing other people from going about their daily business in peace.
You mean just stop oil? All of your stuff is made out of oil, you idiots. Your clothes, these jackets, they're all made out of oil. What the hell are you doing here, making a nuisance of yourselves? It's a joke. What a joke. What are you doing here? Get out the road. You're wasting everybody's time and petrol. All these guys, their engines are running all the time, wasting more bloody oil, you nutters. What is this made out of? What are your clothes made out of? How did your clothes get here? They got here by oil. What are you doing? This makes no sense at all. Just stop oil. You haven't thought about this. If you want to stop oil, you need to stay at home and go and live in the forest.
These climate activists that are often blocking roads by sitting on the main roads are asking for trouble, and one day they might just get what they are asking for. Because why in the world would you station yourself in front of a moving car simply because they don't share your ideology? You are depriving people from taking care of their day-to-day business. God forbid someone needs a medical emergency. God forbid a woman is in labor or someone has a flight to catch. Of course, you already hate flights. God forbid someone is dropping their kids off to school, or someone needs to get to work on time, and you're putting these people at risk by preventing them from going about their businesses. There should be a law banning protesters of any kind playing this kind of stunts. Someone commented and said, this sort of road blocking protest caused a very serious issue for a family member once, and I just can't come to agree or sympathize with it. Keeping people from school, work, hospital, picking kids up from school or daycare, etc. are just a few serious situations. If you want to stand in the middle of the road, don't be surprised if you are run over. I don't fault drivers or view these people as victims if they get hurt. This behavior is dangerous for everyone involved and needs to be dealt with harshly. I totally agree with these comments. For all we know, there are people who are totally minding their businesses, people who don't care about your views and ideologies. They just want to live their lives and go about their businesses in peace. Engaging in acts like this, blocking a public road and refusing to move out of the way, completely obstructing people's movement, is totally wrong. And if the government don't start cracking down on these stupid actions, then the drivers might start taking laws into their own hands. Anyway, these are my thoughts. If you disagree with anything in this video, then the comment section is open for you to vent, but please no personal attacks. And again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I really don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe, like, and share this video as it might be useful to somebody out there. Stay safe, and I will see you on my next upload. Peace.